It happened in another studio I was recording with a friend of mine. And so I was recording with him, and my typical go-to guitar solo, guitar licks, I mean, you know, kind of keeping it simple. But I messed up, and I hit the wrong note. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And so I added that's the beginning of the whole song, of basically the whole what do you call it, motif, right? It's the motif of it.
Well, I was very excited to collaborate with Jorge on a song. It was a new experience for me. This is my first time writing a song, and it was very exciting to do it with a good friend of mine. We go back many years, and it was a good experience. I learned a lot, and I'm very grateful for that.
I used different guitars, probably about 5 different ones, but I stuck entirely to my home studio. I used, I think we were both there pretty much, and so I used Logic Pro as my DAW, and I use this guitar. This is the main guitar that you'll hear. It is ugly. It's the ugliest Les Paul, but it sounds great. I haven't found another guitar that sounds better, at least for me. And the rest, I have Cordoba guitars going on, I have Taylor guitars, and a Strat, I think, somewhere in there. And my Marshall amp, which is probably the heart of it all, Marshall JVMs.
Well, it started with Jorge and I meeting at his studio and listening to his story of his struggles. Like he mentioned, his daughter moved to a different state, and that really affected him, and just having to move back and forth, home to another state, back home, and so forth, just really took a toll on him, and he kind of lost track of himself in the process. And so by listening to all of that, I was able to identify to a certain extent with what he was telling me. And so this became kind of a personal project for me as well.
It was a mistake. No, I'm just kidding. Because Leslie and I we're good friends, and are, yeah, well, yeah. And so, you know, I figured, you know, why not have someone that I already know working with me on this project.
I drew inspiration from Maná, a Mexican rock band, especially in the process of writing the lyrics, the poetic aspect that Maná brings to the table when they write their lyrics. I really drew inspiration from that. Also, some of my biggest influences would be Coldplay, Queen, and I'm also influenced by world music, Arabic and Turkish, to be more specific.
I think it's a tie between 2 singers. The first one, and don't judge me on this, it's Ava Max. For some reason, I really like that. Oh, she's sweet but a song. Okay, it's just good songs, good music. I like her voice, and I also like Natalia Jimenez. I mean, pretty much all her projects that she does are just awesome to me and very inspiring. So those 2, hit me up. Hit me up.
Well, it was a roller coaster. The experience was a true roller coaster. At the beginning, when Jorge and I met, he presented to me a draft of the musical, of the instrumental part of the song. No lyrics, no melody yet. And so by listening to him tell me his story, what he wanted to convey through the song, and by listening to the harmonies, all of that really, I took inspiration from his experiences, my experiences. It was a lengthy process as well. The initial creation was pretty quick, but refining it took some time, took a couple of drafts.
Because I wrote it so quick and so good.
Sure. And just as time progressed, we understood more about what we wanted to say and how we wanted to say it.
The idea came about because we just couldn't find the right piece for the bridge. Remember, I think we kept singing different melodies, maybe guitar stuff. It just was not working. And so I don't know how, I think I was driving down the road or something. I thought of, hey, let's throw in some strings. And I knew the perfect guy. It was absolutely perfect what he did with it, just took it to the next level with strings. I think he studied in Spain for a while, and so he really brought that cinematic Spanish influence to that string section. So yeah, thanks, Enrique. So we wanted to invite you guys to listen to the song. It'll be released in late January. And we're very excited. We've been on this project for a long time, and it was a very, like you said, lengthy process, fun process. And so, yeah, Leslie, anything?
Well, the song's titled Hombre sin Agua. It's inspired by this hombre.
Barely.
And yeah, it's from the bottom of our hearts, from our personal experiences. And I'm certain that a lot more people will be able to identify with our story and the words. Life can take a toll on you, and you can really go into like this rabbit hole that you have to manage to get out of, not get stuck there. And music has done that for us.
Yep. So once again, guys, check it out. It'll be out late January. And you'll hear from both of us. So,
yeah.
Peace.
Bye.